The Rain World. Rain World is a world that experiences torrential downpour so intense that the inhabitants must seek shelter if they're to survive. Yet, even in this hostile and unforgiving planet, hope persists and life finds a way. Among the many fantastical creatures that endure in this harsh environment are the slug cats. The slug cats are one of the most resourceful beings found here, able to persist because of their adaptability, affinity for tools, and most importantly, social bonds. The young pups will stay within their family units until they've reached full maturity and are ready to forage on their own. Unfortunately, things don't always go to plan. In this series, we explore the world of Rain World through the eyes of a slug cat striving to reunite with its family. That certainly was a long, frightening fall, but thankfully our young slug cat seems relatively unharmed. A bit disoriented, the slug cat tests out its limbs to be sure there was no harm done. But what's this? The unlikeliest of creatures has taken a keen interest in the slug cat. Is it friend or foe, or something in between? Though still a bit trepidatious, the slug cat deems it a trustworthy companion. Bat flies. A migratory creature found at the bottom of many food chains, and having eaten them before, the slug cat knows they will do for a nice meal. However, the rain is coming. This deluge, for which the Rain World is most famous, drives many of its inhabitants to seek shelter and safety in the hibernation pods found throughout the world. Our young friend scurries quickly, instinct guiding him to shelter. However, as much as it rains, it doesn't rain forever. Creatures big and small emerge from their shelters in search of food. The slug cat, too, emerges from his hibernation. The slug cat finds a spear. He sets out on the hunt. The weather is unpredictable, so the slug cat makes use of what little precious time he has. It seems this area has proven itself a good, dependable feeding ground. However, here in the outskirts, much like everywhere else in Rain World, danger is never far off. The slug cat is not the only creature out in search of food. An apex predator is about. A green lizard. This fearsome creature has a maw filled with rows of razor-sharp teeth. He has caught the slug cat's scent. He may be young and small, but this slug cat has a mighty throw. A green lizard can grow to be 2 to 3 times the size of the average slug cat. They are unable to climb proficiently, so for now, the slug cat is safe. That's enough excitement for one day. Best find shelter. Unfortunately, you cannot always rely on a single location for resources. The usual feeding grounds have become too risky. The slug cat must find newer, safer areas. Luckily, around the surface of the planet are a vast network of quickly traversable tunnels. This intricate, complex system interconnects the various regions of Rain World. Who or what made them remains a mystery. Even so, for our little friend, they are a relatively safe means of travel. But there's always a catch. Predators are ever lurking, waiting to strike. As useful as they are, the slug cat is not the only one who can use the tunnels. Predators or no, the slug cat knows it must familiarize itself with its surroundings if it is to survive another cycle. Batnip. Its vomit odor is irresistible. Ever perceptive, the slug cat sees that it is highly attractive to the bat flies. Useful bait, he wonders. However, in order to survive in this harsh environment, you must not only be clever, but watchful. The pole plant. Black in coloration and accented with bright red appendages, this plant-like organism wraps its leaves around its stalk, sitting patiently, waiting, deathly still, to strike. Our friend will live to fight another day, but with a bitter lesson he learns that not every plant in this harsh world is useful. Worn out from the fight, he retreats to his shelter for some much-needed rest. He dreams of his only friend in this hostile world. several cycles have passed, and the slug cat remains undeterred in its search for its family. Slug cats truly are remarkable creatures, but their most remarkable ability of all is their vast memory. Slug cats are able to recall the locations they've traversed to such a powerful degree that it is as if reading it from a map. With its destination selected, it sets out. This curious, bioluminescent fungi seems to have drawn the slug cat's attention. A quizzical animal, the slug cat eats it.
What a strange effect it seems to have. Maybe the lizard will enjoy it.
The lizard doesn't seem interested. The lizards are getting out of hand, so once again the slug cat tries diplomacy. It doesn't work. If diplomacy won't work, it's war. Some practice before the battle can't hurt. First, the slug cat tries an easier opponent, the noodle fly. A rather frail invertebrate, it makes up for its lack of power with its mobility. Close, but not good enough. Adult female noodle flies are very protective mothers and will often travel around with their young. A direct hit. Though it seems to have recovered quickly. With newfound confidence, the slug cat feels ready for a tougher opponent. This is where he will take his stand. A pink lizard, though not as tough as their green cousins, their nimble bodies make them a formidable foe. A miraculous escape. Wounded from its ordeal, the slug cat must retreat to heal and repair. Not to be discouraged, a new day will dawn, and with it, so will the slug cat's aspirations to find its family. Where will the slug cat go next? Will he find his parents, or will only ruin await? What mysteries are there yet to be found in this mysterious rain world? If you have enjoyed watching this documentary and you're interested in seeing more, please consider sharing and subscribing. This way we know where to put our efforts. Thank you very much for watching.